And then afterwards, we will all be available for questions. Owens first.
Hello, my name is Oriana Ripe. I am the College Credit Plus coordinator at Owens Community College. So you have just been bombarded with a lot of information that might be overwhelming. However, I am going to try and ease the pain as much as possible. CCP is a very big monster for all of us involved, so we understand the struggle. It's real. So the first thing that I want to talk about is on my back table I have a trifold piece of information. In this piece of information you are going to find all of the enrollment steps from the first time you participate to CCP all the way to when you're graduating as a CCP student. All of those enrollment steps will tell you what to do starting from step number 1 and following through till the very end. You're going to need to begin with an online application. There is no fee tied to this application. Once you choose your student type, which will be College Credit Plus, you get thrown into this big funnel of College Credit Plus students where you get assigned to your College Credit Plus advisor. In your situation, most likely you will be with Casey Bailey, who is the College Credit Plus advisor for students who are taking College Credit Plus courses online or on campus as an individual. What I do is I work with your counselor very closely with career tech courses. So if you're in a career tech program here at Clay High School, you may be getting College Credit Plus credit through your course here on campus. So you're getting credit for the class that you're taking regardless. And all you need to do is sign up for it. And that's it. We do the hard part. So after your application, there is a parent signature form that you and your parent sign off on, and then an authorization form which the school is responsible for. Right now, we only need that application and parent form one time. So after you do it your first time, you don't need to do it again. So for anybody who has repeated College Credit Plus or has taken College Credit Plus courses at Owens in the past, you do not need to do those steps again. At Owens, we are open enrollment, so there's no GPA or test score requirements to get into the College Credit Plus program. If you're looking at taking courses that have a prerequisite or a co-requisite, typically like any math course or a Comp 1, which is English 111, then we will be looking at test scores of any kind to for placement into that course level. So ACT, currently we are running the AccuPlacer on our campus. If you've taken AccuPlacer at any of our partner schools like BG or UT, we have shared test scores in the past, so you don't have to retake those test scores. So CCP is a very student-initiated program. We have heard that a lot tonight. We've learned a little bit about content and environment. A little quick tidbit and fun fact of information is I want to talk about is a specific class called Art 106. I know that we have some 7th grade families in the audience tonight, and so you think starting out art would be a good fit for this student. Art 106 at the Owens campus, you have to draw a naked body. At the age of almost 30, I'm not sure that I could do that without laughing or being uncomfortable. So that is the type of things that we talk about in content and environment where you wouldn't think about it. An art class is an art class, so that sounds like a good fit. In reality, it's a college level course where discussions, even before or after class starts, might not be something that you would even think about for your student being around. So just keep that in mind as a family when you're making the decision to participate or not. So any issues in the class, the student is responsible for as well. If they are sick or they miss, if they miss an assignment, that is up to the student to reach out to the instructor about. Casey and myself are there as backup for the student to be a liaison for them to get connected to the right people on our campus. However, it is the student's responsibility. Students, if your mom or dad calls us or emails us, you are a college student and by law, we cannot talk to them. We have to talk to you specifically via your Owens email or via in person. those are the laws of higher education. The whole course catalog is open for students to take, anything from general course requirements, that would be for high school graduation or courses that you might be interested in taking that you are thinking about majoring once you enter college. So the other form that I want to talk about is this form right here. It's a little grid form table. These are the high school graduation requirements for the state of Ohio that we pulled directly from the Ohio Department of Education. What we did is we took those graduation requirements from the year 2018 and beyond, put the high school units on the paper with the Owens courses that would correspond with those classes, how many credit hours you would be taking at the college level. The X's mean that they do satisfy that high school requirement, and the X's under OTM means they're Ohio Transfer Module approved, which means they're guaranteed to transfer to any college or university in the state of Ohio. Most likely out of state as well, because as an open enrollment associate school, Owens credits are built to transfer to four-year institutions. So that is also something to think about when you're attending or deciding to participate in College Credit Plus program. The other fun fact and note I would like to send out tonight is that there is no fee for parking. Parking is free for all of our students on campus, so it's free for College Credit Plus students as well. There is no fee for an ID. Students who participate in College Credit Plus, whether it's online or on campus, you do have a Owen student ID that can get you into any athletic tournaments, using our Shack, which is our athletic facilities, and any resources on campus for academics. So that could be the writing center, that could be tutoring, that could be the library, printing centers. Everything on campus is open to you as a CCP student. So even if you're taking classes online, if for any reason at all you need to attend Owens to print something out, you can still do that. And you have anything that is open to our general students open to you as well. The last thing I will mention is admissions and advising dates. So we start registering for the summer and the fall semester starting the week of March 13th. So as you're deciding whether you're going to participate in this program or not, that date is coming around rather quickly, and classes do tend to fill up, and classes are first come, first serve. So by law, we can't treat CCP students any different than our general students, so you fall in line to the rest of the registration rules like our general students. The last date that you can register, because we are an open enrollment school for fall classes, is August 21st. By no means do I encourage that at all, because you're most likely to get the classes that you don't want and instructors that may not be the best fit for you as a CCP student. So we work very closely with our CCP students. Like I said, we are there as a liaison to the rest of the campus. And there are sections that we do have for those general core courses, a lot like our maths and our Englishes, that are separated to just CCP students, but those classes fill up fast. So if you have any questions about the enrollment process or taking classes at Owens for College Credit Plus, I'm at the back table and I will be around after the presentations. And I just thank you and appreciate you staying throughout these presentations so much and giving us your attention. So thank you.
Hello, how are you doing tonight? Still here? Alright. I know you guys have had a long day, so I'm just going to take a quick minute to go over our admissions criteria at BGSU. My name is Holly Cipriani. I work at Bowling Green State University in the College Credit Plus office. I'm one of two academic advisors that we have on campus, specifically for CCP. So all of our CCP students do meet with an academic advisor every single term. We want to make sure that we're talking to our students about what classes will be a good fit, where do they feel they'll be successful, what kind of classes do we see other CCP students maybe be successful in, and ones that might also match their interest. So at the back table, I have this third sheet of paper size that is our application checklist. So we have an online application. If your student is considering BGSU CCP classes, I do encourage you to at least complete the application. It's free to apply, so there's no cost associated with it, and it doesn't lock you in. So it does not commit you to coming to BGSU for classes, but it does let us know that you're interested and it lets us open up those lines of communication so we can get you the important information on time. Our deadline to apply for the fall semester is April 15th, so that's coming up in a couple months. We got lots of time to still be thinking about that. Our admissions requirements are students have to have at least a 3.0 cumulative GPA. We do also look at the ACT reading score. You need at least a 20 on the ACT reading. If your student has not yet taken the ACT, we do accept AccuPlacer, and they only have to do the reading portion of AccuPlacer. If the school doesn't offer it here, then we do have that testing on site last Friday of every month, so students can do that. A lot of our students will either choose to do on-campus classes. If they do, we do cover the parking pass for students. So if they would like to take a class on campus and are able to make the transportation work for them a couple days a week coming to BGSU, then we'll cover the cost of the parking pass as well as the student ID. And then if they're doing online classes, we'll still ask that that student meet with an advisor, usually in person if we can make it work. We will do phone appointments if necessary, but we really like to have that face-to-face contact to get a really good feel for what they're interested in and what's going to be a good fit. So we do an orientation in May with all of our students, and then we use that individually. If students would like to do on-campus or online classes, we do have that available. And all of our CCP students do have access to all of our academic supports, which would include our Learning Commons, which is our tutoring center, there's a writing center, and our math and stats lab. So just a little bit about our program. More information you can find on our checklist at the back table, and I'm going to turn it over to the rep from UT.
You can keep the mic, that's fine. I've been sitting for a while, I'm gonna walk around a little bit. My name's Alex, thank you all for staying. You can for sure let the people who left early know that they missed the best presentation. Again, my name's Alex. I am an admission counselor at the University of Toledo. I am familiar with Clay, my wife actually, if anyone has second graders in the room today, Mrs. Geisel, that's my wife, so if you have any second graders in her class, she's the best teacher, I promise. So what I'm going to do today is just go over the forms I have back there super quick. I know we've all been sitting a while, so I'll answer specific questions regarding anything you guys want to know back at my table afterwards. But just to start, so the form that says from applicant to enrollment, this is all the groundwork. This is what you have to do. I'll just hold it up. At the title it says applicant to enrollment. So this is all the stuff you have to do from start to finish to enroll at UT. And I know Ms. Burr covered a ton of the groundwork, so I won't spend too much time on this. So the second one I'll cover is our admission requirements for College Credit Plus. So we do have requirements. We do require certain sub-scores within your ACT. And the reason I bring that up is the sub-scores are specific to the area or the content area your student may be taking. So let's say, student X, right, has a ACT math score of 24, but in English they didn't do so hot, didn't meet the requirement. Every applicant comes across our director, his name's John Adams, his desk, and he will allow that student to take math courses, but obviously, without that ACT requirement in English, they might not be able to take, English Comp 1. So any questions over this form, I'll be at my back table to answer them. If you've taken the ACT to get into CCP and you feel like that isn't working for you, you haven't got the scores that you hoped your student would get, we do offer the AccuPlacer, but it's just my personal experience with that our students, on average, I'm not going to say your student will do worse or better, but on the AccuPlacer we find that most students do not as well as they would on the ACT. So that's just my 2 cents on that. I would suggest trying the ACT first. 7th and 8th grade, like it says, GPA and proof of proficiency will be required, and you'll work directly with a success coach on those requirements. Every student is designated to a success coach, full-time employees. They work right below where I work in admissions, and they are directly with CCP students. We have success coaches for college students, and we have success coaches just for CCP students. And this is your single point of contact for parents and students to check in with them on how your student is performing in those classes, to find out if he's going to those classes. Like Ms. Burr said, they might not see the grades until they finally come out, but your success coach will let your student know if they need to kick it up a notch or if they're doing okay, and they're also there for you, the parents, to just have that single point of contact. So we really pride ourselves in that. We have a whole team, at least a few success coaches and our director, whose a card I actually do have in the back if you want to take that as well, there for your student to succeed as a CCP student at UT. So the last one that says fall 2017, This is maybe the most important piece of information. These courses that you see on this piece of paper are all guaranteed 100% online or in person. So if your student, doesn't want to miss out a ton on their their high school, right, their friends, their pep rallies, they play football, we do offer all these courses on this paper 100% online. If you turn it over on the back, there's 5 ways we offer all these courses. And they're pretty spread out. You have your math, you have your English. We also have some fine art requirements such as, intro to film, intro to theater, which, I wouldn't totally recommend those courses for some of our younger students in here today. But it's definitely, junior, senior level wouldn't be too much to handle. And those fulfill the Ohio transfer module, which is something the Ohio Department of Education put out to where any of these courses are guaranteed to transfer to any 4-year public university. And all these courses on this sheet are all on there. So that's really all I have. I know you guys have been sitting for a while, so I'll be back at my table to answer specific questions. But again, thank you. I know it's late. You guys are great. I appreciate it. That's all I got. Thank you.